Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Friday. Friday is ruled by Venusian energy, February 7th, and the energies in the day adds up and reduce to number 9 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. The spirit guidance for today is the lizard energy. So with the lizard energy, the first thing that came to mind when I saw the lizard is compliance. But I don't see that in a bad way when it comes to today's energy, because today's energy adding up or reducing to the number 9 vibration, it brings me to something either coming to an end or an aspect of a thing has come to an end and it's now ready to evolve to the next level. And with the day being the 7th, it brings me to having deep introspection and reflecting on something deeply, clearly, trying to get more understanding about this thing in order for it to shift to the next level. But it feels like there's something peaceful about this ending if there is an ending. So if there's an ending where something comes completely to an end, something about it feels refreshing, something about it feels light. Something about it feels transformative. So whether something comes to an end completely or it evolves to the next level, there's something very transformative about today's energy. And when I look at the lizard energy and how it came out in the upright position, the lizard brings me to not rocking the boat, similar to the number 9 energy, how the day adds up and reduces to number 9. And both the number 9 and the lizard energy brings me to chameleon vibes, but I'm not feeling it in a negative way. And the reason why I'm not feeling it in a negative way, because it brings me to a thought that I had recently after reflecting on something. And the thought that I had recently was that it doesn't cost you anything to play along in certain situations. When I say play along in certain situations, I don't mean for a person to betray themselves or be inauthentic to who they are. But for me, like when I was a lot more immature or even younger, I used to always feel the need to like be confrontational, not necessarily in a negative or argumentative way, but always point out what it is that I'm seeing, always pointing out my version of what's happening. And time has taught me when it comes to certain situations, when it comes to certain dynamics, it's like, I guess it comes down to understanding the role of a connection. Because once you understand the role of the connection, and not even just the role of the connection, I think about the fact that we can only have the kind of relationships with people that they're willing to have with us. So a lot of the times we try to enter into friendships or relationships with a one-size-fits-all type of mindset. And when it comes to us as people interacting with each other, you know, there are some people that you meet and immediately you hit it off with that person and y'all, you know, become super close because the kind of relationship that you want to have fits the kind of relationship that they want to have, and it just fits. And then sometimes it could be problematic because say one person, you know, wants to be a lot closer than the other person wants to be to that person. So there's always a push and pull, because one wants to have a certain kind of relationship that's out of alignment with the kind of relationship that the other wants to have. It's like meeting someone and the kind of relationship that they want to have with you, the kind of platonic relationship connection they want to have with you is, you know, whenever they have free time and whenever they're not doing anything and they're bored, they might hit you up and, you know, engage with you, but but other than that, like they're focused on other things in their lives. And for some people, it might feel like, oh, they're using me for this, that, and the next. And that could be the case. So, it's clear that that's not the kind of relationship you want to have with them. So it probably won't work. And for me, I used to think that if everybody can't have the kind of relationship with me that I want to have with them, then I need to tell them this and I need to explain that. And time taught me, like, everybody can't have the kind of relationship that you want to have. What kind of relationship are they able to have, and what kind of relationship are you able to have with them, and meet in the middle. I hope that's making sense. Because with the whole chameleon energy and the number 9 energy, it just brings me to the fact that just some things aren't worth exerting your energy. Some things are not worth fighting for. Some things are not worth exerting your energy, and some things are not worth fighting for. And for me, I felt like I used to feel like if I'm interested in a thing because I'm so passionate, or if I want to be friends with someone, for me, there's no in between. It's either someone is my friend for real or they're just an associate. There's no in between. It's either we're friends or we're just an associate. So I used to approach situations assuming that okay, if I think this person is cool and I want to be friends, I'm approaching it with that kind of mindset, not realizing that I need to, allow for them to also show that they have the same interests and they want the same thing, and not just blindly, unconsciously, it reminds me of Neptune energy, where it's because I have this idea in my head as friendship, I'm projecting onto them and not realizing that I'm projecting onto them and wanting them to kind of play along with that role, not realizing that I'm not seeing them as they are. I'm approaching them with this idea that I have in my head. And, when it comes to today's energy, it brings me to the thought of, someone coming to the realization about something, and it might come to an end or shift to the next level, but there's no hard feelings. There's no pushback. There's no aggressive energy when it comes to that thing. And when I look at the planets, we have Moon in Gemini, and Moon in Gemini energy is such a friendship energy, even though it's not Libra, that deals with connection. With Gemini being a friendship energy, I think Gemini is so similar because Gemini is the twins. And Gemini energy deals with our family. It deals with our siblings. It deals with our community, whether it's the community you live in, whether it's the people that you're around all day at work, or the people you connect with on the internet. And Gemini energy being such a social energy, Gemini energy is not going to take certain things personal, because it's more about preserving the connection. And when it comes to today's energy, it might be something about that, where it's something comes up and, a connection comes to an end in some way. And, something about us on the inside might not take it so personal, as we're just optimistic about the possibilities of what a thing could be. So it's this isn't working, but I'm not going to take it personal, is what I'm getting with the energies. Also, too, looking at the chart, Moon conjunct Jupiter in Gemini, still positively aspecting the Sun and Mercury in Aquarius. And Aquarius is also more social energy that deals with our public image and the people we network with based on the careers that we have, or career interests that we have, or even interests for charity and things of that nature. So to me, when it comes to today's energy, it brings me to the thought of not taking things personal and more approaching certain things through a diplomatic perspective, or not even just diplomatic. It feels more professional, in the sense that we live together, we live in the same community, or we got to work together. And because we have to work together, we might not like a lot of things about each other, but I'm not going to create no conflict about it. I'm not going to press the issue, is what I get. And also to today's energy, big introspective vibe, as you could find that people seem more introspective or just isolated within themselves. And I just feel also what might be beneficial when it comes to this energy is all what's happening in Pisces with Saturn and Neptune, and also Saturn, Neptune, and also the North Node. And that is squaring Moon. And so with that squaring the Moon, it will bring me to coming to the realization about certain things that we could normally be delusional about, certain things that we could normally lie to ourselves about. So certain things are in our faces. And when I say in our faces, I think of like a person recognizing a pattern when it comes to, say, interactions, friendships, and things like that, or a pattern when it comes to communication and recognizing that, okay, the common denominator here is me. So there are some things that there's some changes that I can make within myself to make things better, or some things that's coming up with that square from Pisces to Gemini. But yeah, it's like we can't just lie to ourselves anymore. I feel with that energy, it's like certain things are being presented in front of us, and I feel like they could improve us as we're able to see ourselves better. Let's pause for a bit. I am proud of the services that I offer and excited to tell you about them. If it would be your first time booking with me, then I recommend the natal chart and numerology awareness coaching session. For a while, that was the only service I offered, along with the 30 minutes tarot reading, which is still available if you're interested. I noticed the pattern. At the end of the natal chart and numerology coaching sessions, some of you would ask me for a follow-up service options for additional clarity and guidance to assist you with whatever you're going through at the moment. I kept saying, I'll look into it. I don't know why it took me so long. Finally, I have created that option along with the service option to book a solar return chart reading for those of you who are strategic and like to plan ahead. Everything you need to know is within the description box below. Let's get back into the video. And when it comes to the tarot, we have the Page of Wands. So yesterday was the Page of Swords, and today is the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands energy, this card would bring me to getting ready to take action on something, getting ready to make a move on something. And I feel like with, say, today's energies adding up, reducing to the number 9 vibration, I feel like for some people, when it comes to an ending today, it could be that a connection, it's like today could be a day where a person is reflecting hard on if they should take a friendship or connection to the next level. Like, should I give this person my phone number? For the longest they've been communicating with me on social media. Can we cross the next level and they get my phone number? It's like that kind of vibe. It's like reflecting on taking something to the next level is what I'm getting. And like I was mentioning with the challenges with, say, Gemini, Pisces energy, I feel like that's such good energy for people who are really reflecting on transforming their connections, because I feel like that energy, especially Saturn and Pisces, for some, it helps some people to really, really see themselves. Because I think the worst thing is a person who can't see themselves, but think they can see themselves, but it's clear that they can't see themselves because they keep having the same issues happen over and over and over again, whether it's with people, whether it's with their finances, whether it's with their health. But the same thing keeps happening over and over and over again. And some people who don't like accountability, they'll just say, either people are doing it to them, people then put a curse on them, or it's always something else. But with Saturn energy there, I feel like Saturn is slowing things down and helping some people to see, like, okay, where is my role in this? It's helping people to have boundaries where before they had no boundaries. So when I say had no boundaries, I think of with Pisces energy and no boundaries, it's not even that a person intentionally meant to not take accountability when it comes to things. I feel like a lot of the times is that they can't even see because there's so much going on with the no boundaries thing with the Pisces energy. So where a person couldn't even see that this thing that is a form of escaping, it's problematic because they're so lost in the escape that they can't see anything else. An example of that, I think of like, say a person, an example would be, say a person is eating something and it's really bad for them. and they're also eating other things that are good for them. With the lack of boundaries, the person will blame the thing that's good for them and say that's creating their issues, opposed to, an example that I'll give is like, say a person go out and they get like some kind of a milkshakey, whipped creamy drink, and you know, they drink the drink and say they're lactose intolerant, but they don't want to own that, because in order to own that would mean that they would have to give up the lactose, and it's like, heck no. So it's like they consume the lactose thing, and then, you know, all of a sudden, like, you know, the stomach start bubbling, but at the same time they're eating a salad, and they'll say the salad is what did it to me. And yes, the salad probably played a part, because it should have went first instead of going last after the creamy stuff, because of the rate that these different things digest. But at the same time, it's easier to just blame the salad and say, I won't eat salads anymore, because the person probably don't like salads to begin with. So I feel like with the Pisces energy, you know, the person won't want to acknowledge that the comforts, you know, could be problematic, or the escapism could be problematic. It's like the person that probably drink a lot or smoke a lot, but they justify it and come up with good excuses and then blame other things for problems, because, you know, who wants to give up their comforts? Where Saturn energy there creates boundaries and structures, and then squaring Jupiter and Gemini and Jupiter energy, you know, expanding our vision when it comes to, say, us looking at surface things. It forces us to go deeper when it comes to surface things like Gemini energy. And from going deeper, we're able to see more, where it's like, instead of a person watching a quick TikTok about health, they might go to YouTube and watch a longer video. They're able to get more context from the longer video. And it's like, now you can't say you didn't know. So, you know, I love how those energies are transforming our worlds in different ways. And when I look at, say, the Page of Wands energy in the upright position coming out, it brings me to motivation and ready to turn another page. And for some, it could be turning another page in connections, turning another page when it comes to investing, turning another page when it comes to all Venusian based things, because today energy is ruled by Venusian energy because it's Friday. So, you know, ready to turn another page when it comes to Venusian based things, or just motivated and ready to, you know, ready for a fresh start when it comes to something. Of course, that's going to be different for everyone. It was a pleasure sharing this message with you. Before you go anywhere, please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a brown heart in the comment box below. I look forward to seeing you. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.